What if Tanjiro had the solo leveling power system? You guys requested this from my post, so make sure to check out my post if you want to pick what videos I do next. So let's get right into this. Now I know Tanjiro, so what we're going to do here is only have the system for Tanjiro. In solo leveling, Jinwoo got the system by basically dying, and the system asked him if he wanted to survive, and then revived him with that weird statue demon thing. Demon Slayer doesn't have that exact statue demon, but let's just say this time Tanjiro gets it through like God or something. So let's say when Tanjiro was about to go sell coal, he doesn't. Maybe he gets hurt, or he's really sick, and Muzan shows up, injects a bunch of blood, and kills most of the Kamado family. Tanjiro is on the brink of death, and the system box pops up. Do you want to live? And obviously, he hits yes, because he wants to save Nezuko. Then he wakes up in his house, and he's perfectly fine. His limbs are okay, everything looks normal, and he saved his sister. Then Giyu meets him, and fights him like normal, and then sends him to Urokodaki's place to learn water breathing. So at Urokodaki's place, Tanjiro starts asking questions about why he can see some weird screen. Just like how Jinwoo was confused at the start, Tanjiro is messing with the screens. He's thinking like, I don't need to do these quests, because he's already doing training anyway with the sword. But the system has its own expectations. His daily quests are 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, 10-kilometer run, which is 6.2 miles. Tanjiro might be able to do half of that because his focus is sword training. Maybe he completes the run because he runs up and down the mountain training. But 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, he's probably not matching the exact numbers yet, and he probably thinks nothing of it until he gets teleported into that penalty zone. This is that creepy place with those snake bug-looking monsters chasing him. In the Demon Slayer verse, Demon Slayers are already crazy fast, so I think he could outrun them, but it would drain him, and he randomly disappears from Urokodaki's place. So Tanjiro tries to keep that secret, saying he was using the bathroom or something. Now he's scared to skip the quests again. So after that, Tanjiro starts doing both his water breathing training and the daily quests. He now actually does 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and the 6.2 mile run every day. So he's leveling up while doing that training. But Tanjiro doesn't truly level up heavy until final selection, because in solo leveling, Jinwoo leveled up the most by killing tons of goblins in that dungeon, and in Demon Slayer Final Selection, Tanjiro kills a bunch of demons, and his big boss is the Hand Demon. That would basically act like his dungeon boss fight, and that is where Tanjiro would get most of his first big level ups in this version. So, in Final Selection, he starts cutting down a bunch of demons, and he realizes he gets XP and extra potions and stuff. He really doesn't know what most of them do at first unless he reads them, and he doesn't get anything really crazy or new yet. He wants to keep his sword, because all the system gives him is different types of weapons, and they are low-level weapons too. He doesn't know if those are real Nichiren blades or not, so he doesn't take any, but he does use the potions to heal up. So instead of just surviving Final Selection, he is actually hunting down every single demon to get more XP. Then he meets the Hand Demon, and he cuts him down way faster than in the original timeline, since he is all healthy from the potions, and he is constantly leveling up, getting even stronger. And by the end of Final Selection, he's level 15, just like solo leveling when Jinwoo finished his first dungeon. So level 15, Tanjiro goes around killing demons and getting more XP, testing out new weapons like daggers and stuff just like Jinwoo did, but he mainly sticks with the normal katana. I don't think he would dual wield or use daggers, but maybe later he gets an upgraded katana. Tanjiro is going around killing demons. He kills the swamp demon, he kills the drum demon, and most of the demons he normally fights in the story. He eventually meets Inosuke and Zenitsu along the way. He's about level 35 by the time they reach Rui's mountain. Zenitsu still stays back because he's scared, and Tanjiro and Inosuke run up the hill killing a bunch of demons, helping the other demon slayers out. He's leveling up more and more. He kills the mother demon, that levels him up. He kills the dad demon, that levels him up to around level 44 or 45. Then he faces Rui with Nezuko getting hurt and all that. Now, he's way stronger than in the original timeline, and he has health potions, so he can constantly keep going. And when his sword gets broken by Rui, he pulls out another Nichiren blade from his inventory just in case, and finishes Rui off. And then he unlocks what I think is the most broken ability. I'm super excited about this part. He now unlocks Shadow Extraction. After he defeats Rui, he reads the screen, and just like Jinwoo did to the knight in Solo Leveling Season 1, he says, "Arise." He says it again, because Rui was weaker than that knight. Rui finally rises on the second, "Arise." Now he can store shadows, and he unlocks the whole Shadow Extraction technique. Giyu and Shinobu show up. Shinobu handles that other demon, while Giyu sees what's going on. Then the Hashira meeting begins. They ask why he's traveling with a demon again. The same thing with Sanemi happens, but Tanjiro fights back even more now since he's leveled up and way stronger than the original timeline, and now he knows sun breathing just a little bit. They all accept Nezuko because of Giyu, and Urokodaki vouching for her. And now, the Mugen train begins. After healing up, Tanjiro wants to know more about sun breathing, so he thinks Rengoku might know something about it. So he boards the Mugen train. They all fall asleep like normal. He already told Zenitsu and Inosuke about his abilities, so they know he can still use shadows. He takes down Lower Moon One with Inosuke, while Rengoku, Nezuko, and Zenitsu are protecting the train. Tanjiro then uses a rise on Lower Moon One and it works, but he only rises his normal demon body, not the whole train. Then Upper Moon 3 shows up. When Akaza shows up, Tanjiro doesn't get stabbed this time because he can just heal with his potions. So he jumps into the fight with Rengoku instantly since he's basically healed already. And plus, Rengoku heals up too from Tanjiro helping him. Tanjiro is probably around level 50 at this point, so he's obviously super strong, way stronger than the original timeline version, so he actually gives Rengoku real backup this time. And on top of that, he throws out Rui and Enmu to help them in this fight too. So now Akaza is dealing with Rui's pressure, Enmu's dream traps, plus 2 Hashira level fighters. This fight is way harder for him. Akaza starts getting pushed back all the way until the sun is about to rise. But Tanjiro still doesn't have the selfless state yet. So Akaza can just sense his battle intent and predict his swings, and he makes sure no one is behind him. So Akaza still escapes, but Tanjiro gets Enmu as a new Shadow Soldier. Now this is a brand new ability in the Demon Slayer course. When Rengoku, Tanjiro, Inosuke, Zenitsu, and Nezuko get back to headquarters, everyone is weirded out by it, and they start doing research on this ability. Also, Sanemi and Tanjiro probably get way better in this timeline, because Sanemi maybe actually apologizes to Tanjiro about his sister and everything, and Tanjiro uses his shadows to train, because now he has basically 2 lower moons to spar against, so he can get to Hashira level way faster. So he's probably like level 55 by the time the Entertainment District arc starts. I'm going to skip most of the dialogue. They dress up as women, they look for Upper Moon 6 Daki, and they finally locate her. Now everything begins when Tanjiro versus Daki starts. His eyes go red again, and he goes crazy fast, while Tengen, Inosuke, and Zenitsu are fighting the belt half of Daki. And before this arc started, Tanjiro already went on some missions, so he actually has like 2 or 3 extra demons he can throw out now. But Rui and Enmu are still his main heavy hitters, so when the fight begins, Tanjiro rises some demons to distract Daki. He uses Rui's threads to counter her belts, thread versus belt, and it actually works. This forces Daki to go full power way sooner. Tanjiro keeps Enmu by him, while Rui fights with 3 other demons to hold Daki back. Daki still has the upper hand since she's an upper moon, but because Rui has 3 extra demons backing him, they're actually keeping up. So Tanjiro finally finds an opening and cuts off Daki's head from behind with sun breathing, which triggers Gyutaro to pop out way earlier than the original timeline. Now both siblings are active at the same time, so Tanjiro uses Enmu's dream traps to stall Gyutaro, while Rui and the other demons stall Daki. Nezuko never gets out of her box in this version, because Tanjiro already had the situation handled. When Tengen arrives, instead of the whole Nezuko moment, he's shocked at this new shadow ability Tanjiro has. Then with Tengen, Inosuke, Zenitsu, plus Rui, Enmu, and the shadows, they basically just jump them. They defeat Gyutaro and Daki way easier in this timeline. Tanjiro then uses a rise on both of them. He gets Daki and Gyutaro as shadows. That is an insane upgrade, because those are upper moons. Nezuko heals everyone from the poison, and since Tengen never loses his arm in this timeline, he probably doesn't retire. Tanjiro doesn't go into a coma either, since he barely got damaged. So instead of 3 months in a hospital bed, he spends 3 months doing missions and training. He gets like 20 more demons added to his shadow army. Now we go to the Swordsmith village arc. Tanjiro goes because he wants more Nichiren blades to store in his inventory. I'm skipping dialogue. He meets Mitsuri, Muichiro, and Genya. When Muichiro clamps his nose, Tanjiro secretly puts a shadow inside Muichiro, just like how Jinwoo did with S ranks during the Ant arc. At this point, Tanjiro is stronger than every Hashira because he uses sun breathing and shadows. Upper Moon 4 shows up and splits into the emotion clones. Muichiro still gets blasted away, so Tanjiro, Nezuko, and Genya fight all the clones. Tanjiro summons Rui, Enmu, and then Daki and Gyutaro, because those are his strongest shadows now. Daki distracts clones with her belts, and Gyutaro supports with poison attacks, while Rui and the other demons block hits. While all the shadows are fighting clones, Tanjiro, Nezuko, and Genya rush the main body much earlier, so the emotions combine sooner into the big emotion clone. Mitsuri comes back to the village fight, but because Tanjiro's shadows are helping, Mitsuri barely gets hurt, so she never even has to unlock her Demon Slayer mark. Muichiro meanwhile still fights Upper Moon 5 and wins the same way. He unlocks his mark, kills Gyoko, grabs the new Nichirin blade, and throws it to Tanjiro. Tanjiro catches the blade, rushes back, and kills Upper Moon 4 easy. Nezuko still becomes immune to sunlight. Tanjiro arises Upper Moon 4, which now gives him all 4 emotion clones as shadows. Upper Moon 5's body is gone, so he cannot arise him. Now Muzan is pissed, because not only does Nezuko survive the sun, now Tanjiro is stealing his upper moons. But now we move into the Hashira training arc. And so Tanjiro obviously has his Demon Slayer mark, so after the Swordsmith village he doesn't need healed up, because he was basically protected the whole time, and he also has health potions he can give everybody. But anyway, they still try to regulate the Demon Slayer marks, and Mitsuri does not unlock the Demon Slayer mark, so only Muichiro and Tanjiro have their marks in this timeline. So the Hashira training arc basically goes the same, but this time Tanjiro has shadow demons, and I think he would give the Hashira Upper Moon 6, Upper Moon 4, all the lower moons, and even small demons he has stored, so the whole Demon Slayer Corps can train with actual Upper Moon demons. So they are way more experienced and way more stronger in this timeline because of Tanjiro's shadow demons. So when Tanjiro is training with all the Hashira, he also puts some lower moon demons inside the Hashira just in case, so he can teleport to them. Just like Jinwoo, he has the teleport ability where he can switch places with his shadows at any time. Everything still happens the same after that. The Ubuyashiki family leader dies when Muzan blows him up, and everything from that point happens exactly the same. Tamayo injects the poison into Muzan, and then everyone gets dropped into the Infinity Castle. But things are different now. So now let's go over the matchups. Tanjiro versus Upper Moon, 3 Akaza, Tanjiro solo, Jiyu, Shinobu, Kanao, and Inosuke together, Genya, Muichiro, Sanemi, and Gyome. Same as original side battles like Zenitsu versus Kaigaku, Nakime versus Mitsuri, Obanai, and Yushiro. Now let's go over Tanjiro's fight versus Akaza first. Tanjiro brings out Daki and Gyutaro to hold off Upper Moon 3. Their regeneration and respawn is insane because Tanjiro can just re-summon them. Tanjiro finally unlocks his selfless state and transparent world, and that gives him enough time to cut off Akaza's head and defeat Akaza like the original timeline. So Tanjiro uses the transparent world and cuts off Akaza's head. So that's how Akaza versus Tanjiro goes. And after that, Tanjiro looks through his shadows to check on the other fights. He pops shadows out to see Shinobu and Gyu's fight, and their fight is doing pretty okay. Shinobu is getting a little hurt, but since basically 3 Hashira level fighters are there, Kanao and Inosuke together basically count as 1 Hashira, and Gyu and Shinobu are 2 Hashira. And Shinobu already said that you need about 3 Hashira to even beat Doma. Tanjiro sees they are doing good enough. He sends shadows to help them a little bit, just to make sure none of them die. But on the other hand, the Upper Moon 1 fight is going really bad. Muichiro is pinned against a pole with a sword in his chest, and Genya is about to die, while Sanemi and Gyome are fighting Kokushibo. Tanjiro teleports there, using his shadow switching ability. He pulls Muichiro down and tells him to rest, gives him a full high-level potion to heal everything, then gives Genya another potion to save him too. Then Tanjiro jumps into the Upper Moon 1 fight along with Gyome and Sanemi. Oh yeah, I forgot. Tanjiro also arises Akaza after the fight, so now Akaza is fighting for him. And Tanjiro already arised Upper Moon 4 with all the emotion clones earlier. So now he brings all of them, Akaza, Upper Moon 4 clones, Gyutaro, and Daki, and they all help overwhelm Kokushibo. They cut off his head, and Kokushibo dies with his flashback like normal. Then Tanjiro teleports to the Doma fight. Shinobu is almost dead. She's totally spent, but Tanjiro shows up and heals her up with his potions. With Tanjiro plus Akaza, plus Upper Moon 4 plus Gyutaro plus Daki, they jump Doma and make sure he is 100% dead. Everything else plays out the same. Tanjiro knows Zenitsu wanted to fight Kaigaku alone, so he lets Zenitsu fight him alone, and Zenitsu kills Kaigaku with 7th form. And Nakime versus Mitsuri, Obanai, and Yushiro also happens basically the same. Now Muzan knows he is getting backed into a corner. Tanjiro literally just arised Doma and Upper Moon 1 Kokushibo, so Muzan is in trouble. But Muzan's arrogance still shows. He thinks none of them can touch him anyway, so he kills Nakime, the Biwa woman, because she was being controlled by Yushiro. And then Yushiro uses his control to flick the castle apart and get all the demon slayers out of the Infinity Castle, which leads into the Sunrise Countdown arc. So Tanjiro, instead of being down and out, he just regens instantly, or he just uses one of his potions. And this final fight is going to be crazy, because when Muzan pulls up and all the Hashira rush him like in the original, Tanjiro stops them. Tanjiro puts Akaza, Doma, and Upper Moon 1 Kokushibo directly against Muzan, while he uses Enmu, Rui, Upper Moon 4, with all the emotion clones, plus Daki and Gyutaro, to protect the Hashira and make sure the Hashira barely even have to fight. Tanjiro wants to make sure none of the Hashira die in this version, so while Muzan is slowing down because of Tamayo's poison, Upper Moon 1, Doma, and Akaza basically jump Muzan and drag him towards sunrise, and that makes Muzan die way faster. Tanjiro never becomes Demon King. Now for after the battle. I think Tanjiro would disband all the shadow demons he has, because the mission is done. They can move on to hell, or heaven, or wherever they go. The war is over. Gyomei doesn't have the Demon Slayer mark, so he doesn't die. Only Muichiro and Tanjiro had marks, and I think Tanjiro would use the system to heal the Demon Slayer mark like a stat curse, and give Muichiro a potion to cure it too. So the future is way happier. Kanao and Tanjiro get together, get married, and have kids. Shinobu and Giyu get together, so Shinobu's bloodline doesn't die off. Muichiro's bloodline lives on too. Gyomei lives a long, peaceful life. Sanemi lives. Mitsuri and Obanai also get a happy ending and get married. Most of the Hashira get a good life in this version, and this took me a long time to make. So if you guys want early access to my videos, my membership is down below, only if you guys want it. Click on this video right here to see more of my content.